What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It's truly, truly appreciated. I apologize for getting on late tonight, man. I was running around doing stuff and had to get back home, man. Had to touchdown my people, man. But disgusting loss today. Disgusting loss. Knicks lose 115 to 93, 22-point loss. Worst loss in a playoff game at the Garden. Big Taz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Now, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Bad loss, man. Bad loss. You know, you kind of get to a point where, excuse me, Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. LV's getting on kind of late, man. I apologize. Running around doing stuff. I wanted to come earlier, but I just couldn't. My schedule was just crazy. MB, I see the great one. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. All right, okay. Where do I begin? It's a lot of things that I want to say about this game. A lot of things that are on my mind about this game. Let me first off by saying that we knew Boston was going to come back with a vengeance. We know this, right? You know, they were embarrassed back at home, you know, blowing those 20-point leads back-to-back games. So we knew that they were going to come back with a vengeance. We just knew it. They were going to be ready to go. They were not going to they weren't going to play no games. So with that being said, you got to be prepared. Like, you got to be ready to go. Rye Bread, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Is that your name, Rye Bread? That's an ill name, man. But listen, I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. If you ever subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. We knew they was going to come out, right? Ready to go. They can't go down 3-0. They're the champs. They can't happen. So we knew that they were going to come out like that. My frustration with this is that it's not the fact that we lost the game, guys. That happens in the playoffs. I really doubted that we were going to sweep the champs, but I'm just saying. We've seen this before this year with this team. They just do not look ready to go, man. And to come home and to get blown out like this, like, we've seen this type of stuff this year. Like, how are they not ready to go? Like, we've had these conversations all year. I mean, I'm going back to OKC Friday night. How are they not ready to go? The same team, Boston, we had them on another game. Didn't seem like we were ready to go. The Lakers, like, we just didn't seem like we were ready to go. Like, it's just the same conversation. And that's the frustration. People lose. Like, this is part of the game. We don't expect to go 82-0. I didn't expect us to go 4-4-4 and sweep everybody. But just the way we look as a team, we look like we don't even belong on a court with these guys. And that's not the case, because we're a way better team than this. But the issue that I'm having is that it's the same problems. Like, it's the same things. It's the same issues that keep on, like, you know, popping its little head out. Like, it's the same thing, man. And I think that we really have to be honest. Like, we got to be honest. Like, we cannot continue to say certain things. And people say, oh, you know, well, we won these amount of games, so, you know, this must be good. No. That's all fool's gold, man. And I've said this before. Not that LV wasn't happy about the wins that we had before. Like, I was happy, like, you know, because it's still my team. But during those live shows, I did mention the problems that we had. Like, this is a real thing. Lack of intensity, coming out ready to go for the games, and our offense is garbage. Like, what we're running is like elementary. Like, it's straight 1-4 flat ISO screen. That's it. We just look like our offensive. That looks really, really bad, man. Like, really bad. But it's been like this all year. You know, so I'm not even. Listen. We won 2 games. I'm cool. But you can't continue to go down 20 and expect to fight back. Like all this grit and stuff like that. That stuff is cool. Like finding grit and just having you're playing hard and like all this nonsense. Like that's cool. But if you have no skill to match that and no offensive sets to run from that grit, you just look like a hard-nosed team that just doesn't know how to play offense. And we don't, and we have the guys to play offense. We got the skills. We got the skills to pay the bills, as they say. But we have the guys to do that. That's why we're paying cats getting $60 million. That's why OG Anunoby's getting $212 million. Mikal Bridges he's gonna get a bag. You know what I mean? And Brunson is who he is. Like, right. So Deuce is ascending, right? So we got pieces. Even a guy like Shaman, right? I think he's good too. Also, like we got pieces offensively, man, to where we can make some noise. But this offense looks disgusting, man. Boston is fluid. They're cuts, back cuts, guys know where to go. They're sharing the ball. They're setting double beautiful screens. You see it. That's why they're getting open shots. It's not that the Knicks aren't defending. They are. That offensive set that they're running is official. They're setting it up. Missoula's running down, calling out plays, doing X, Y, and Z. Tibbs is doing this. I'm like, yo, man, this guy's running circles around you, Tibbs. You doing this. And we can't say, and the fool's gold is, yeah, but we won 2 games. Yeah, but look at how we won those 2 games, man. Our offense looked terrible then, too. So once again, it's we just got to be honest, man. We got to be honest about what's going on and what we see. Was those 2 games, those wins, were they a fluke or were they real? For me, I'm a Knicks fan, so I want to say they were real. But there were some issues there. And offensively, we just have not looked right for 3 games. We just have not. And so that's something that has to be looked at. And then also, too, let's not kind of get confused, guys. Like, what was the lowest ticket tonight? What was the lowest? The lowest ticket was about $900, something like that. That's for nosebleeds. Where I usually sit in like the 104s, the 105s. That's where I go. That's where I sit. I sit over there because it's got a nice pastrami sandwich place right next to it. So that's why I always sit in the 105s. Sorry, LV just being honest. But where I usually sit when I go, they wanted $2,300 a ticket for that spot. $2,300, man. They wanted a ticket. So you're paying 5 bands to go watch that nonsense? I mean, make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. I mean, we just got to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not a product that you put out there. But guys, this product has been out there all year, man. This is why people felt like this team wasn't that good. Like, and that's not fair to us because we are a really good team. And I'm just this is where the stuff comes with Tibbs, man. Like, this is why people say what they say. Like, I'm just telling like I see it. It ain't okay. We good now because we won games. No, people had issues during that time. Like, people have issues with him. But this is why. And the fool's gold is that we're winning games, but it's how we're winning games. How do we look during winning these games? How do we look? We holding on by the skin of our teeth to beat Detroit. Like, we're barely beating these guys. We got to go down to every single game. We're down 20, man. Every single game. Every single game, we just don't look like we got it offensively. Then we come on in the end. Like, why does that look like that? Why aren't these guys ready to go in the beginning? We've had everybody in here rocking with me. We've had these discussions during the season on certain games. Like, why don't these guys look ready to go? Like, why? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And it's easy, once again, right? It's easy to say, yo, it's the players. The players gotta be ready. Like, the players. Okay, all right, cool, the players. Okay, so let's get rid of all the players. Let's get rid of everybody. Brunson too. because he numbers was all right, but he was turning the ball over too. Let's get rid of Brunson too. Get rid of everybody. Let's get rid of everybody, and then we're bringing other players. So what do we do? Let me bring up the stats. No highlights tonight, man. No highlights. Let's bring up the stats, man. So they shot 40%, 48% from the field. They were 20 for 40 from three. They were 50%. Once again, like I said, I'm not even stressing this because you knew they were going to come out ready, man. You knew they can't go down 3-0. They're the champs, man. I already knew they were going to be ready. But take a look. We shot 40% from the field. We were 5 for 25 from three. 5 for 25, man. They got, what is that? They got 60 points from threes. We got 15 points from threes. Look at the free throws. 15 for 17. We can't say we talk about fouls because we went to the line. They did the hack and Mitch. Look at that. We were 24 for 35. Rebounds were even, 42 to 43. Look at the assist, right? 23 assists for them to 16 for us. We're not moving the ball, right? Points in the paint, 48 to 34. And look at the fast break points, 18 to 8. They ran us off the court. They shot threes and they ran us off the court. I mean, look at that stat line there, guys. Take a look at that. That's disgusting work, man. That's nasty work. Like, look at that. Now, once again, LV just tells the truth, man. I don't come on here and give you guys fluff. I'm honest with you guys. How does a team come back from 2-0? They're back in the Garden. The Garden is packed to the ceiling with the lowest ticket price being almost $900. That's for nosebleeds. And you come out and you have a performance like this, losing by 22 points. And really, it wasn't really that close because there were times in this game they were down 30, man. They were down 30. So, guys, I'm going to ask you again, how the fuck are we not ready to play, man? How? That's preparation, man. I'm telling you, it's not. We can't say it's preparation. Why was Boston locked in and we weren't? We're coming home. I'm okay with us losing, but it got to be a tough game. It's got to be a close game. You see, it's 115-93. Why can't it be 110 and 115? Why can't it be 111 and 115? Like, we're in the game. It's a tight game. It happens. They're the champ. We knew they would come ready to go. But why weren't we ready to go? Why? We've had this conversation all season long. All season long with this team. And I'm not going to sit here and blame the players. I'm not. Here's the reason why I'm not going to blame the players. Because it's the definition of insanity, man. It's the same thing. They're doing the same stuff. Why are they doing the same stuff? And why the fuck is why is it not being corrected? That's the thing. Because you can make mistakes. You can come out not ready to go. But as the guy who's running the ship, the team is a representation of the coach. So you got to, this should never happen, especially in the playoffs. So why aren't they ready to go, man? Why? It's a pattern. You know what I'm saying? So it's not losing, man, because it happens. It's the way we lost. It's how we look. That's what I'm getting to, you guys. Like, that's the thing. It's how we look. And we've looked like this before. Remember OKC that Friday night? Remember that? Remember how hyped we were as everybody was rocking, and we came out with the same effort. So it's the same things. Like, why? This is the playoffs. We just came off a 2-0 on the road. We barely got those wins. And now we're coming back on a Saturday in the Garden. The Garden is on fire, and we are down by 30, my man. What the? This looks crazy. There's no way Dolan's okay with this. There's no way he's telling Leon, like, I know y'all got it. We good. There's no way. There's no way. And dudes out there paying $2,300 a ticket, $3,100 a ticket, $2,000 a ticket, $1,500 a ticket for that mess. Come on, man. Come on, it ain't that much loyalty and friendship in the world, man. That whole the CAA. They come on, knock it off, man. We talking dollars and cents. Like no one's okay with this. And the reason why no one's okay with this is because we've seen this all year, guys. This is nothing new. It's fool's gold. We've seen this all year. It's the effort, man. It's the effort. You knew Boston was going to come out ready to go. You knew they were. So that to me, that's not an excuse. Like I don't have an issue with that. I love the fact that they came out on fire. I love that because now we should have enough reason to fight. But that first quarter said it. That first quarter we down 16 in the first quarter. 16 in the first quarter, man. 16 was 36-20 in that first quarter. How, man? Hey, look, man. I'm. Hey, man. I'm just a truth teller, man. I don't know how to be no other way. I can't come on here and just tell you guys a whole bunch of nonsense. I don't believe in that. But I could smell BS. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. You can't piss on my head and tell me it's raining. Like you can't do that to me. Like I know the truth. I've played this game my whole life, man, and I've watched it my whole life since Trent Tucker. I'm going back years. I'm giving you my age here, but I'm going back since then. I watched the game with my pops when I was a little kid. So I've been watching this game. I learned it from him. My dad played ball. He taught me how to play. I've learned this game. I know this game. I played with guys who were going in the league. I played with them. I played against them. I've been to the top camps. I'm telling you, man, this ain't nothing but coaching. This is that, man. Because you can't sit here and tell me that Boston is leaps and bounds better than what we are. It's not. Not to this. Not to where we down 30. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should not be the point to where we're losing, cool. But be losing by 5, 6, that's fine. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's tough game 7, but you in it. You fighting. Y'all playing hard. My man, not by 30. They're not that much better than us. But if you got their coach, because I'm watching Missoula, he's in it. He's running sideline to sideline, calling out different offensive plays. I'm seeing him doing certain things, finger movement. This is what we run, and this is how I'm seeing them in constant motion. Constant motion. They got the Knicks running in circles, setting screens, double screens, back cuts, popping out on 3. They got everything moving and shaking over there. We coming down. There was one set, I saw Brunson was dribbling the ball. The Celtics were standing in place, man. And the Knicks were standing. No one was moving. No one was moving. Tibbs is going like this. My man, what is that? You do the same thing every game. What is that? I mean, even Stevie Wonder could see this, man. There's no way Leon is okay with this. There's no way, man. I don't care how tight him and Tibbs are. There's no way he's okay with this. There's no way Dolan is walking by Leon saying, "I know we cool, and he's got a whole bunch of billionaire friends that are on the sidelines with their kids saying, "Yo, man, yo, James, man, I paid $5,000 a ticket for me and my kids to come play for this garbage." Hey, man, we won't be back this year until these boys tighten up. I'm not paying $5,000 for this. You know what I'm saying? But, that's $10,000 for 2 tickets. If it's him and his son, he's sitting right behind Celebrity Row or right there. That's how much they charging. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LB Live. Nasty loss for them boys, 115-93. The Big Cat, 21 points, 15 rebounds. Man. Let me go in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody coming through Rock with me this late, man. I know it's late. I apologize, man, for running around today, but I appreciate y'all coming through Rock with me, man. Let me see what everybody's talking about, man. Everybody's in here. I mean, Rob Brett says it's a series, right? You're never as bad as it looks or as good as it looks. I like that. I like that statement. I mean, I've used that numerous times. You never get too up, never get too down, right? The problem is this, Rye. I'm going to call you Rye. The problem is this. This has been a repeated thing with the Knicks and them not coming out ready to play. and them getting blown off the court early. This has been a repeated thing, and I'm going back to the regular season. And so for me, I have an issue, just me as a person. I don't like things that continue to be a certain type of way and me not fix it. I don't like that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, because to me, that's like insanity, right? So I feel like certain things like this should have been fixed by now. They should not be talking about they're not ready to go, they're not ready to play, and all that nonsense. Like that shouldn't be the conversation about them getting up. It's the same thing when Mikal Bridges was saying, like, I don't know why second halves we're not ready. Maybe we need to start doing layup lines. Like, I'm just saying, this is the things that's going on. Like, so once again, it's so much deeper than the Knicks just having all grit. You know what I mean? That's easy, man. But there's a next extra level that this team can go to. And I just don't know if this is the guy that could do it. What is he? He's almost 70 years old, man. People say his age doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I don't know, man. It's just certain things that I'm seeing. It's the same pattern with this team. Then it's not getting fixed. So, yeah, it's not as bad as it looks. It's not as good as it looks. It's kind of like even kill. I get it. But when things are being repeated, now it's time to have a different conversation. I mean, Ross is not going to lie, man. The lack of offense is a bit concerning. Now the Celtics defense has been good all series, but the continued missed shots. Listen, guys can miss shots, right? Like they can miss shots. That happens. But to your point, that the lack of offense is very concerning. Not even a bit, very concerning. We look like a team that gets blown out by contenders. Agree, but why do we get blown out by contenders, right? Are we this bad? We got 2 All-NBA guys on our team. You got 2 of the best wings on our team and one of the best Swiss Army knives in this league. Are you mean to tell me we're this bad to where we're getting blown out by the top teams? No, man. We're not this bad. We're not this bad. There's a disconnect going on there in that locker room behind the scenes. There's something going on. But this is not a good look at all. NBIC says, it's not that we are not ready to go. It's that we are a mediocre team. I think we're better than that, Great One. I think we're better than a mediocre team, man. I think we're better than that. It's what's being allowed, sir. It's what's being allowed and what's being done. You got to come and you got to tweak guys. Your job is to make guys better and guys to identify their roles and understand. Like, that's your job when you're the top dog running a team like this. This is a really, really good team. Really, really good. So we're not a mediocre team, man. Disgrover says, I'm glad I never got off. I never got off of that train, Disgrover. I was never gassed by anything. Never. I was never gassed by none of this. I was happy, yes, because that's my team, but I kind of knew that some changes needed to happen still. I'm full Steve Ed. Agreed, man. That's the NFL. Yeah, all grit, right? Yes. Rice says, what's the deal with playing at MSG, man? $800 minimum for a ticket is sickening price out of for real fans, right? Not the reason we lost, though. Yeah, that's how it is, Rye. You said 800. I heard it was like 9 and some change. When it finally got capped out, when they said, okay, this is it, like it was like 9 and some change, like 911, 920, something like that. For nosebleeds. I sat up there one time. I'm never doing that again. Because you could barely see the game. You might as well watch it at home. Big Taz says the grid is the NFL and not sustainable in the NBA. Agreed, sir. NBIC says, now that we have seen modern day version of Boston Massacre in NYC, is it safe to say that it was Boston not being able to execute that allowed us to win? Then not. I think it was a little bit of both, NBIC. Because at times, if you notice today, they weren't able to execute, but we didn't play well, right? They didn't execute in Boston, but we started to play well. But once again, we can't wait like till we're down 20. We were down 16 in the first quarter. That's basically 20 points in the first quarter. Like where do you do that at? You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem, man. The great one says NBIC, excuse me, 2.0 says we only look good because we are in a weak East. Leon's a hustler. He's been doing this Harlem Shake on us for 5 years. Why? How you get from us? He's a hustler. Where you get that from? He's a hustler. Rise says losing this series is unacceptable. Being competitive against the Celtics is no longer good enough. This loss is okay. This loss okay is one thing, but the way we lost, agreed. That's my point, Rye. It's how we lost and how we look. And Rye also too, it's not just how it's how we've looked these last couple of games. We barely won those games. You know what I mean? It was a great effort in the second half, like third quarter, half of the third quarter going into the fourth. Yeah, but we shouldn't take that long for us to get like locked into the game. So it's how we're losing, especially home. We were down 30 in the Garden, man. We were down 30 in the Garden. Like, come on, man. That can't happen, man. JD, I don't want to butcher your name. Please tell me how to pronounce it. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me, man. I truly do. Please subscribe to my channel. This is what I do every post game, man. So I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, Jody or JD. I don't want to, butcher your name, man. I'm sorry, man. It's a long night. Okay, so he says, the problem is Brunson. He should be the general on the court and distribute the ball with authority, not allowing for his shots. Too much ISO ball. I'm glad you said that, Jody. That's not on Brunson. That's not on Brunson. He's only doing what he's allowed to do. I'm going to say it again. He's only doing what he's allowed to do. He's only doing what he's allowed to do. Right? So you're saying he should be more of a distributor, right? That's not his game. Brunson is more. Okay, let me give you a comparison. Brunson's more like Iverson than he is John Stockton, right? Halliburton is more like John Stockton than he is Iverson, right? So it's just they're different players. That's just what it is. So Brunson's not a distributor. He can do it, but he's a score first type of guard, right? So you just got to know who he is. The problem with this is that here's the main issue. Let's kind of take a step back here. You got to identify mismatches, right? I've said it all over this show. I've said it before. The biggest mismatch is Towns. Towns should be in that post getting busy against Tatum. That should be the first thing. We should be establishing that initially. Not running whatever they're running and running around in circles. Like, that's coaching. So you got to tell Brunson. Because if you allow Brunson to do what he wants, what he going to do? He's going to shoot the ball. That's just who he is. It's direction. You just got to be given. It comes from the top guy. So you got to tell him, this is what I want right here. Mazzulla does that all the time. You got to tell him, this is what I want. We're going to Towns right here, right now. That's the play I want to run. Because that's the mismatch. And then we lead off of that. But it can't be, well, let them figure it out. Or as they say, the game will tell you what to do, my man. Yeah, yes, man. Yes, the game will tell you what to do, but you got to coach the game too. If you see a mismatch, you got to tell them, yo, we're going to feed you. We're going to give a cat the ball, because that's what we're trying to establish, some low post presence, because we see that's where we have an edge. But if you're allowing Brunson to do him, and he's calling screens and not running the play because he want to attack, because what you run is this, a read and react system. He don't even run. That's what he runs. A couple of times they do plays, but he's running read and react. So that means come off the screen. If I see I got a shot, I'm going. I ain't looking to pass to nobody. And that's for everybody. Why do you think there's at times where you see Towns at the top of the key dribbling the ball through his legs? I'm like, yo, what are you doing? It's a read and react thing. Oh, coach, I read it that I could take him. All right, cool. So sure, you could shoot. And I know I sound like a broken record, but it's pay attention to these guys. Jeff Teague said it. Tibbs don't be coaching you, man. He said you could shoot when you want, you could pass when you want, you could, as long as you make a shot, you could stay on the floor. It don't even matter. You could do this, you could do that. He lets you do whatever you want. It don't even matter. And you see it sometimes. And we saw it last year with Randall. Like, so this is what this guy does, man. This is vintage him. So you just got to know what it is, you know, who the guy is running the show. But it's not on Brunson, man. It's not on Brunson. It's not on Brunson. Big task. So exactly, man. Why is Towns all the way up at the top of the key? Towns should be punishing. Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. But big task. That's all coaching, man. Because Towns gonna do what he want, right? But you got to tell him this is what I want. Because if that's the case, we don't even need you as a coach. You can just let them do what they want to do. They running a Rucker offense anyway. They at Rucker Park or they at Dykeman or something like that. That's all they doing. They ain't not running those real sets. So what they need you coaching for? Got Towns at the top of the key, putting the ball through his legs. And I'm like, yo, Towns, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? Judas Revenge, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Discuss some loss from the boys. Judas says no ball movement. JB going one-on-one is what Boston wants. Agreed, Judas. Like agreed, man. Agreed. No ball movement. We only had 16 assists tonight. We weren't even moving the ball, man. We're not sharing the ball. Boston's offense is flowing. Everybody moving and shaking. Everybody knowing exactly what they're doing. Like I said, they're doing back cuts. They doing that offense is flowing. Missoula's running up and down the court, calling this, calling that. Disgusting, man. Disgusting, man. Disgusting loss. So with that being said, let's listen to the head guy. Let's listen to the head man. Let's listen to what he has to say as to what went wrong today. Let's hear from him, please.
Well, they got the lead early. I thought we missed some shots early that impacted us, and they got confidence early in the game.
From our seat, it looked like there might have been a little defensive miscommunication throughout the game. Was there anything you saw on that end that concerned you from your guys?
And again, I got to look at the film. We got in a hole early, and I thought that took some energy away from us. So, got to make our corrections, get ready for the next one.
Coach, Boston, Crystal Rich. Coach, Boston really found their touch from downtown today. What was your overall takeaway from the perimeter defense?
Yeah, obviously we gotta be better. They got some clean looks early, and if they see it go in, that gives them confidence. Then it's hard to shut them off. So we have to have greater awareness. We can't allow missed shots to take away from defensive tenacity. So we got to bounce back.
Any common threads you can see in the first quarters that allow them to get off to a stronger start than you guys have done?
And again, it's the urgency that you have to bring to a game, to a playoff game, and we knew they would come out with aggression, and we got to make sure we're bringing aggression and force as well. And and again, there's going to be runs where you're not making shots, then you get going with your defense, get a couple of easy baskets, then all of a sudden you get rhythm. So we got to be better, and we will be.
We got to be better. So be better, Tibbs. Be better, man. We got to have some type of urgency. Yeah, we got to have some urgency, Tibbs. It's the playoffs. Like, what's like? You know what I mean? Like, it's just if you guys think this guy's the guy, you guys have lost your effing mind. There's no way, man. There's no way. There's no way, man. We've seen this story before, man. The lack of urgency. Oh, we didn't have no urgency, and they start making shots, and we. Just because you're missing shots doesn't mean it should impact your defense. Well, Tibbs, you had him in drop again today. I saw Cat dropping a lot. You weren't switching. You were hedging everything. You got to switch everything. Dude's got to lock in. Stop hedging. For what? You don't need when things was rocking, we was moving and shaking, you were switching. Why switching and you're hedging and you got two people chasing because you're hedging? Just switch everything, Tibbs. That's what was working. Then you got Cat in drop. He don't know if he's in drop. Sometimes he is. Sometimes that's the problem, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. NBIC says this team is not constructed correctly to win a championship. Too many role players, no playmakers, and no superstar. You're wrong, sir. We have a superstar in Jalen Brunson, and we have a star in Karl Anthony Towns. Towns was averaging. What did Towns average this year? What was he, 25 and 12 or something like that this year? His numbers were insane. Cat is a star, man. Is he a superstar? No, but he's a star in this league. Brunson is a superstar. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So that's where you're wrong. Oh, man. You see LV, man. See, I'm gotten so frustrated. Big Taz, that's who that is, Big Taz. That's NBIC, Big Taz, the great one. That's NBIC 2.0. You didn't know that? Big Taz, that's him, man. He came back. Name one superstar point guard that he's better than LV. Dame Dollar. He's a superstar. Brunson's better than him. Brunson's better than Trae Young. Brunson's better right now. Right now, you can argue it, but I think he's better. I think right now, Brunson's got the edge on Kyrie, man. Brunson's the man right now. Do you understand? He's hotter than fish grease right now, man. Hotter than fish grease. He's going to be second team All-NBA, man. And some people wanted him on first team All-NBA. He's the best small guard in the league outside of Kyrie, outside of Steph Omar, but outside of Steph Curry, man. He's the best small guard in this league. Curry's the best, but right after him is Brunson. Right now. Right now. Curry's number one, best small guard in this league. Right after him is Brunson. Brunson has taken that title over. That's easy, man. That's the easy conversation. NBIC says it's Brunson's fault, man. He's supposedly our star. So if he is face to face, if he is the face, he takes the blame. He isn't a point guard or playmaker. Move him to where he will be more efficient. Remember, we passed on a real point guard. Brunson's better than Halliburton, man. I know you're talking about. He's better than Halliburton. He is. He does take the blame. Brunson does take the blame, man. He's honest all the time about how he plays. But here's the thing, guys. We can destroy Brunson all we want. Like that's fine. You want to do that, cool. But he needs direction. He needs direction, man. You're gonna need an offensive mind up in here to draw up some things because Brunson he has more than enough weapons now. You don't need to go to a 1-4 flat or read and react option with this offense. You're gonna need something high powered because you got high powered guys around Brunson now, from Bridges to OG to Cat. You got pieces, man. So you don't need to run the same thing we were running last year, and he's running the same thing he was running, and he's basically got Towns doing the same thing Randall is. They're totally different players, man. He doesn't run no sets for Towns to get no 3-point shots. He doesn't run none of that. Come on, man. I mean, this is easy, man. Even Stevie Wonder can see this. See, I'm kind of like just shaking my head, man. Frustration, man. Nick Yak, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Disgusting loss tonight, man. Disgusting loss. What has Brunson won? Nothing. Yeah, man. It's hard to win this league, man. It's hard to win this league. He'll get there though. Orlando, see what's going on, man. Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Disgusting loss tonight. Disgusting loss by 22 tonight in the Garden. Yes, he's better than John Morant, man. Come on, man. You see all them dunks and all that other stuff, man. John Morant they don't win games, man. They don't win games. He's better than John Morant, man. Stop it. He's better than John Morant. He is. Right now, we're speaking of right now. NBIC. Right now, Brunson's the best. Okay. Let's take Steph Curry out of the conversation. Outside of Steph Curry, he's the best small guard in this league. He's more clutch than them dudes. He's cold-blooded in any situation, man. Come on, man. I'm sorry. He's better than John Morant. Orlando C says, aren't we tired of 20-point deficits? Orlando C, man, agreed, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like the frustrating part that I have with all of this is that it's just repeating itself. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be doing this, man, at all. Nick Yak says, stats-wise, Brunson's top 3 and clutch-wise number 1. Who else is averaging 7.5 assists, especially on a team averaging 100 points? Yeah, Brunson's the man, man. He's the man. He's the man. We can't look at this and like put this all on him, man. This is not on him, man. Problem is Luka's still in the playoffs. Exactly, man. Luka's home, man. There's a reason why they made that move and got rid of him, man. Sent them over there, man. There's a reason he doesn't play no defense, man. He got exposed again in the playoffs. That's why they sent him over there. He's just like he's you see Brunson's even battling on defense. Brunson's decent on defense. This Luka's a joke on defense. That's why Dallas got him up out of there. He gets exposed, man. All he is a bucket. But you gotta play both ends. We don't believe in that. He's terrible on defense. He's really bad. He's worse than Cat. And Cat is not good at all. He's worse than Cat on defense. Brunson's way better than both of them. Just being honest with you, man. NBIC is back, everybody. He's back and he's got hot lava for the whole crew. Let's hear what he has to say. Great One says, listen, man, let me shut this down. You're talking about Brunson like he's AI. He was compared to Isaiah Thomas and not Zeke. AI took his team to the NBA Finals and won 4 scoring titles. All right. You're taking it too literal when I made the mention of AI. He's not. He's a scoring guard like AI. He's not a passing guard like Stockton. That's the comparison I'm making. Allen Iverson's a better player than Jalen Brunson, defensively and as far as scoring. AI is different, but what I'm saying is play style, they're the same guy because they're attacking small guards that score a lot. That's what AI did. He wasn't a pass first guy. Stockton's a pass first guy. That's the comparison I'm making, NBIC. Not that he's exactly like Iverson. We're trying to compare him to Iverson, the 4 titles and da da da. Like, come on, man. Now you're reaching. It's not that serious. I'm trying to compare just what they are. He's in the same lane as an Iverson. He's a scoring small guard. That's what he is. So I don't expect him to be putting up 15 assists a night like Halliburton. But Halliburton don't have the skill set Brunson has on the scoring end. He doesn't. He's not the killer that Brunson is. He's just not. And for me, I would rather have a guy like that than a guy like Halliburton. Halliburton doesn't scare you. Brunson terrifies teams. Terrifies. He is a monster in the fourth quarter when it is money time. A monster. I would rather have that than what Halliburton gives. That's it. Were you more afraid of Stockton or were you more afraid of Jordan? Who were you more afraid of? Were you more afraid of Magic or was you more afraid of, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you here. There's different type of players. They call Kobe the Black Mamba mentality. Brunson's the closest thing to that, man. Because of what he does in the fourth and how he just rips the heart out of teams, man. He's scary in that fourth quarter, man, with his team when your team is close. And he's got ice water in his veins. I'm sorry, man. I would rather have that than a facilitator. Now, of course, you get the good and the bad with that. I understand that. But most of the time, you get the good. But what you need a lot of times with a guy like him is you're going to need a certain coach that knows how to reel him in to where you could say to him, listen, you're going to get yours. But right now, I want to feature Towns. That's who, because we got the mismatch there. Brunson's not going to have a problem with that. He likes to be coached. He's not going to have an issue with that. He's not. He knows he's the guy. He knows he's the man of the team, so he's not going to be bothered by that. So, you know. Look at this row. It says 11 gets a ring. He'll be better than Iverson. Look at that. Look at that. NBIC said he's a lower level and we won't get far with him. How won't we get far with him, man? It's twofold, NBIC. It's twofold. You need the coach and you need the player. That's it. You can't have one without the other, man. You can't have one without the other. Nick X says we run a half-court offense and the Pacers running gun. Agreed. No one's afraid of Brunson. He disappeared in OT. You will see what I'm saying. Nothing will change with this team and him at the helm. Whoa. Here's where you're wrong, NBIC. And once again, everybody give 2 thumbs up for NBIC returning to the LV Live show. You know, he was in hiatus for a minute, but now he's back. And he's dropping flames. This is what he does. So you're saying no one's afraid of Brunson in that fourth quarter? That's what you say. So they're okay with Brunson just shooting. They don't care about that. Do you think teams are okay with Brunson shooting in the fourth quarter when it's a close game? They just let him shoot. We don't care. They treat Brunson how they treat Josh Hart. Is that what you're saying, NBIC? Because that's what you're making it seem like. Just saying, you know what I mean? I just like to ask questions. That's what it seems like you're saying. He's deadly in the fourth, man. Deadly. Teams want to keep the ball away from him, man, because they know. They know, man. It's the Mamba mentality, man. He's got that. He's got the juice, man, when it comes to that. Just being honest, man. Nick Yak says the clutch points leaders don't score late in the game. Yeah, no, this is what he does. NBI is back. There he is. NBIC says, who else would take up the slack? Were they scared today? Look what happened. NBSC, man, we were down 16 in the first quarter, man. Game was over, man. Game was literally over. There was one point, I think, of third quarter, man. I think we were down by 30, man. The game was over, man. The game was over. This is a total. It's just a really, really bad day, man. Really, really bad day. Especially coming back from the momentum that we were on, to come out here and throw a stinker like this it's just really, really bad, man. Really, really bad. So let's listen to Josh Hart, man, the heart and soul of this team. Listen to what he has to say.
Start games better, had better energy, better pace, better physicality, and stop getting into these early deficits and then trying to fight so much to get out of it. So we're going to watch the tape. We're going to make adjustments and get ready for Monday.
Josh, what was the biggest challenge defensively tonight?
I don't think we can just point to one thing. We didn't play with enough urgency, enough physicality. Give them credit. They're the defending champs. You knew they weren't to come and lay down. So, like I said, we just gotta reset, regroup, watch the film, see where we can get better, and then translate that to Monday.
The difference in 3-point shooting and the number of points in this game, 60-15. In your mind, is that the difference here?
Yeah, a little bit. We didn't make shots, but the biggest thing, we can't let makes and misses affect how we're playing on the defensive end. When we're not making shots, we gotta make it tough for them. We gotta fly around more. We gotta rebound the ball. We gotta not give up second chance points. We gotta do more things. So, like I said, we know. This was far from our best game, and like I said, we got to regroup and then get back to it Monday.
Why do you think home court has not been an advantage in this series or throughout the playoffs for you guys?
I don't know. I can't pinpoint one thing. The fans are coming out and supporting and showing love, and we got to make sure that's not wasted. So, like I said, we just got to watch the film. We got to get better, and we know that they'll come out Monday.
Josh, what did you see in the first quarter in terms of how much energy they had to start the game?
Yeah, I mean, they're down 2-0. And you knew they were going to come out with a sense of urgency, a sense of desperation, and that's something that we should have did a better job with. We knew it was going to happen, and we didn't play with enough energy, enough physicality from the jump, and make them uncomfortable. So we knew that was going to happen, and we didn't respond appropriately.
Yo, he's got a lot of coach speak, right? He sounds like Tibbs. Love Josh, but he sounds like Tibbs, man. He sounds like Tibbs. Tibbs got to watch the tape a lot. You know what I mean? He says a lot of that we didn't come ready to play and got to watch the tape. And, man. It's not good, man. That's not good. Nick Yak says, we didn't play good and the game got away. It happens. It's basketball. All the best teams have a loss. Some too, like Boston. Nick Yak, you're valid in everything you're saying. That you're 1,000% correct. Here's the problem with what you're saying. The problem with what you're saying is that no, not the problem with what you're saying. Excuse me. Here's the problem with what you said. and why I have an issue with it. This is not the first time they've looked like this. This is not the first time they've done this. This is the issue that I'm having with them. When they come out against certain times, especially with big games, they just don't seem ready to go. That's my issue, man. And I've been saying it like it's like a broken record. I've been saying all this show. It's just like I have issues with things that just continue to happen, and this is going to continuing to happen with them. They just do not seem ready to go against the top teams, and they just start off the game like that. Like you see Josh Hart saying, man, we just got to, look at the tape. He don't know what to say. That's why he's talking in circles. Like, because he realizes, like, yo, he said we knew they were going to come out ready, and we just didn't match that energy. Why didn't you match that energy? If you knew it, why you didn't come ready to go? Why? This is easy. You know why? Because they're a reflection of their coach. That's why. Because Nick Yak, this ain't the first time we've seen this. Because to your point, you're 1,000% right. That's why I said you're right partially, but there's some issues there with what you said. It happens all the time in hoops, right? You get blown out, it happens. The problem is how it's happening and why it's happening. Can we fix it to where we can make sure we're ready to go next time? Absolutely. But we've done it enough so many times this year with this team that you got to realize, okay, it's a pattern now. When it comes down to big games, they just don't seem ready to go. Remember Game 5 with Detroit? The same thing. They did not seem ready to go at all. Excuse me. Nick Yak says, but we know we can. If we start decent, we have a great chance to win. Agreed. But it happens so much, Nick Yak, that's the problem. Do you understand? Like, it shouldn't, like, I get it. It happens from time to time, yes. But it happens a lot with these guys. They are not ready to go in big games, in big moments. Like, that's what I mean. They drop the ball. Like, it's like as if they're just not there. And then they look bad, man. Really, really, really bad. It's been like this all season. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is not like just one time, like an outlier. No. This has been like this all season. Ryan says the problem is that there's never any carryover effect into the next game after a win. Yeah, like I mean, I understand what you're saying, but they had 2 days off, man. They had 2 days off. Like they should have been super ready, man. Super ready. And they're home, and the garden is buzzing. And you get blown out in the first quarter by 16, man. And then in certain parts of this game, you were down by 30. I mean, well, come on, man. Come on. Like that's the frustration with this, man. It's just like, come on. Like, it's just. Nicky X says, admit not playing good and up to 1. We know we'll play better. I like our chances up a game than Boston. Nick Yak, I want to say I share your sentiment. I'm not giving up on this team, but I'm a little worried, and here's why I'm worried. I'm worried because we have not looked good offensively yet at all. We just don't seem to be flowing offensively well. We struggled in both games offensively in Boston, and we look like garbage today at home offensively. So that's my biggest concern now with this team. And it's not like we're playing the Wizards, like we're playing the defending champs. So they know how to win, man. They know how to win, and they know the sets and all that other stuff to run. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's the frustrating part. I have you got to understand. This is Missoula's now. This is his 3rd year now. This is his 3rd year. From the first year, he came in for Udoka, right? They didn't win it. Last year was his first full year. They won a championship, and now he's back. This is year 3 for him. So you could see this team is running what he wants them to run offensively. And we look like we're running the same offense from the 80s, man. Like, this looks bad. Discover, here we go. We are allergic to momentum because we have no offensive scheme. Agreed, Discover. Agreed, man. Agreed. So what happens with that? You have no counters, right? You have no counters. And what I mean by counters is if the defense does this to take away that play, what do you do here? Then what do you do here? What do you do here? Like, this is what the great scorers do, right? This is why Brunson is who he is, because he has a counter for everything that you do defensively. It doesn't matter. So offensively, we got to have a counter to what it is they're running defensively, to where we can make sure that we get the best shot possible in running the scheme. And it doesn't matter who gets busy, but it's all about scoring and what's best for the team. We don't have that at all. And it's been a struggle all year in certain aspects. Well, mainly when we've played the top teams. That's a problem. It just is, man. We got to be honest here. Nick Yak says, I'm not happy, man, but no, we could play better. Nobody's better in 3-point games and overtime games. Just keep it close, and we can win almost every one. Listen, I agree with that. But keep it close, right? How about not be down 20 every game? That's my thing. Like, how about not be down 20 every single game? But to your point, you keep it close. We're in there. The Scrover says JB falls back on ISO ball often because Tibbs keeps telling him to do whatever. Listen, man, listen. This Rover. I'm like, well, I'm like, yo, what is that? What does that even mean? Like, what is that set? What set is that? What that tells me, that's just a motion thing, constant motion. Come set a screen, let me read and react, and then take it from there. Like, that's all that is. Oh, man. Let's listen to Cat, man. Let's listen to the big Cat. I got these guys on here, man. I want to hear from the guys, man. I want to hear how they feel about this, man. Let's hear from Big Cat.
To get going. You know, it's not just perimeter, it's all of us, you know, it's a team game. And, you know, from, you know, perimeter to, you know, backline for me, my job. We just didn't do enough today to, like I said, execution. We didn't execute a level I told y'all we needed to execute to win tonight. They're the defending champions for a reason. So they show their mettle tonight.
Some people were saying that you knew they were going to come out with intensity as defending champs.
I think we all do, including so.
And some of the Josh was saying you guys didn't match it.
No, I mean, it's obvious we didn't match it. I mean, we just didn't execute at a higher level. You know, I think sometimes you can always say, you know, you're not making shots, so that's how they're up. But we made it. We gave them too many good looks, and you know, they capitalized on it, and you know, we just didn't do enough to put ourselves in a position to win tonight.
Colin, you guys have won your road games, but disappointing to be 1-3 at home in the playoffs.
I mean, it's disappointing to lose in general. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's home or away. Obviously, you want to win in front of your fans, but you know, regardless, wherever we could get a win, we'll take those W's. Just didn't do enough tonight to come out the win.
Well, where can you guys find that urgency from the jump, rather than when you guys find yourself in a big hole?
I mean, it's the NBA playoffs. You know, we all got to walk in with that kind of urgency. It shouldn't be something that we have to tell people to do. So, you know, it falls on all of us to, you know, come in with that kind of urgency, that desperation, that will. Not when we're down 20, you know, to start finding a way to win. We got to find a way to win when we're, you know, tied up with them.
Yo, low key, yo, Cat is swaggy, right? Yo, Cat swag be on 20, right? My son got the shades on. What kind of shirt he got on? What's that? He got on a purple joint. He got the fade, got the taper. Oh, he looking like a whole bunch of money, man. Got the baguettes in his ears. Look at Cat. When I'm sensing from Cat, I sense he's up. He's aggravated, man. He's aggravated. He's really, really bothered by this. You could see, you could see the frustration in what he's just like, yo, man, I guess the playoffs. Like, you shouldn't have to be told to come in here and be ready to go. And I totally agree with him on that. But that's why I was saying what I was saying earlier, how it's just a similar pattern. And so we're creatures of habits, right? So if you continue to do something and this is the outcome, you're going to continue to make the same mistakes. It's the definition of insanity. So you're going to continue to do the same thing because we're creatures of habit. So you got to change those habits, whatever those habits are, as to why you don't come out ready to go when it's come time for these big games. They've done it all year. That's why they're 0-8 against the top teams. Like so this is a regular thing here with these guys. So you can hear in Cat's voice, he's frustrated, man. He's aggravated because he's like, yo, man, like, come on, like, we got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And so, but why aren't they ready? Why? You know, look at NBIC, look, dropping heat. Look at NBIC. See, Tibbs a horrible coach, man. I've been saying this from day one. He's a better assistant. Like, I mean, it's just NBIC ain't the only one saying this. This is all over the place, everywhere. But I'm not surprised. The guy's almost 70 years old, man. He's almost 70 years old, boss. Like, it comes a time where it's like, all right, like, this is who you are. This is who you're always going to be as a coach. Like, you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'm not going to say this was a must-win game for us. I think this was a must-game win for Boston. All the pressure was on Boston. I just did not like our effort tonight. And I just continue to not like our effort when we're playing against top teams and top games, and it's a big game, and we just don't come ready to go. And I think all in all with tonight, that's my biggest frustration away from tonight. I don't care that we lost. You're losing the game. You're losing the NBA. Like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's how we lost, right? So it's all those different things. It's how we looked offensively. Like, we just didn't look ready to go. We're not moving the ball around. Like, all those different things. And so, to me, when you see that as a coach, you got to come in, you got to change some things. If you let these guys just do what they want to do, like, then it's going to look like how it looked tonight. One team is being coached. It feels like the other team isn't. Like, that's how it looked tonight. Right, says this loss is on everyone. Yeah, man. I mean, it definitely is. I mean, you can't, you know, but there's got to be a lead person. And the lead person is the head guy. It just is. It just is. Because, Ryan, listen, the reality is that you can't get rid of the whole team. You can't. All these guys are locked into. Everybody's locked in. They all just signed. They just got Cat in the trade. He's not going nowhere. OG just signed his deal. Brunson just signed his deal. Josh signed his deal about 2 years ago, so he's got another 2 years left on that. It was 4 year deal, right? You know, Bridges is going to sign his extension. So I mean, all these guys are locked in right now. Like, so this is the team. This is it going forward, right? This is no one's leaving. So something's got to change, man. Something's got to change. Something's got to change. I mean, we'll see how they look Monday night, but I don't know, man. I mean, their offense has not looked good in 3 games now. This looked really, really, really bad. Boston has figured them out, and it's an easy figure out because this is all they're doing. And I realized that when I was watching it. I think it was the first quarter, and they were all just standing in the paint. They were lined up. It was Drew Holiday, it was Al Horford, it was Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and of course Derek White. They were all lined up, like boom, 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 and no Knicks were moving. They were all standing on the side closest to their bench, and Brunson was over there by himself. And I'm like, yo, what are we running? Like, what are we running? They were not running anything, and Cat was just coming to set a screen for him, and it just looks like garbage, man. This Rover says, I predict more of the same, LV. Yo, I do too, man. I do too. I'm just, yeah. I don't. Nick Yak says we lost the last 2 games with Burks and McBride starting with pressures. You blaming that on Tibbs? This year we're up 2-1. You gotta wait to cry about the coach. You gotta wait to cry about the coach. See what happens. You mean we lost 2 games with Burks and McBride. You talking about last year, right? Last year when what are you talking about? Last year when in the playoffs? When everyone got hurt, right? I'm not blaming that on Tibbs from last year. I'm not blaming that. Nick Yak, I'm not listen. This is not a like an attack on the guy. I'm just calling it the way I see it. We're not ready to go for big games, Nick Yak. This is not like a one game one off. This is a pattern of them not being ready to go. Okay. Also, too, the offense looks disgusting. Everyone knows it. He's running like a middle school offense. It's not hard for Boston to defend. That's why our offense looks terrible. Period. I mean, this is just the truth. It's not a made up thing. Like this is just what it. And the only thing he makes really good adjustments with is defense. But then today he had them in the drop. But then today he had them hedging on the switches instead of just switching. Like he was I don't know what he was doing. So yes, I understand the point that you're making about the whole Precious and McBride and Burks and last year. We ain't talking injuries, man. I mean that was what it was last year. No one say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Nick Yak. Okay. You're talking NBIC. I apologize, sir. I apologize. See, LV can be corrected too, man. So I apologize for you on that, sir. Okay. All right, guys. Let's hear from the captain, man. Let's hear from him.
This one. That's just not how it goes. Well, they were 20 or 40 from 3, and so there's not a lot I could say. There's a lot that we need to discuss tomorrow and figure out, but we need to play with more of a sense of urgency.
Josh and Cal kind of said the same thing, that the urgency wasn't there. Why do you think that was for such a big game? That you didn't have the urgency needed?
I don't think we came with the mindset of being satisfied, but I think it was just subconsciously satisfied being up 2-0, but it's not the way we need to approach the game.
Jalen, you've talked about how your mentality when dealing with social media and the external factors is to flush it away, and kind of ignore the noise. How do you flush this win away, so to speak, but also remember and learn from the mistakes that were committed?
Are you asking to flush social media or the game?
The game.
Okay. It's not really a flush situation. You got to learn from it. I mean, obviously, it's not a game where we did a lot of things particularly well, but we got to learn from it. It's not something that we can just flush.
I don't know about you guys. Please tell me if I'm wrong, everybody in here. But you could see the frustration with him in town. You could see the anger. Like I feel like these guys are angry. I think they're tired. Like I think they're pissed off. And they're saying the same things. All these guys are saying the same thing. Brunson keeps on saying the sense of urgency. Like he said that a lot this year. Like this is not like the first time this guy has said this. Like you gotta have a sense of urgency. Like we know that we got to come in here. We got to. So, but why don't you do it though, JB, the captain? Why don't you do it? This is why I have to go back to the things that I keep talking about, because it's the same issues, man. And so this is where it gets frustrating, because it's like, this is the playoffs. You're up 2-1. Why don't you have urgency coming into game 3 in the Garden? Like it's going to be on fire, and you're down by 20 after the first quarter. Like how does that happen? it's I don't even know where to even begin with that. Like I just don't, because I'm hearing what he's saying and I'm hearing what Cat is saying. Then I'm hearing what Josh saying. Josh is just having coach speak because Josh doesn't really know what to say. But you could see that these guys are like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because come on, man. Listen, man. It's just a bad look to come back being down 2-0 to the champs, and you're getting blown out on your home court by 30. It does not look good, man. And then you wind up losing by 22, the biggest loss ever in Knicks playoff basketball. Like, come on, man. These guys know what time it is, man. They know what it is. Like, playing for the city, they know. This Grover says urgency. Yo, see, this Grover, I said the same thing, man. You keep saying it, but this Grover, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Nick Yak says, when we play urgency, we turn the ball over. We need to play better. It's a lot of things, man. We turn the ball over while Boston started 4 out of 5 from 3. What happened is what happened. Yeah, man. But Nick Yak, why are they focused, man? They're the champs, I get it, but why are they locked in? Why are they locked in and we're not? What I'm saying is this. This is what everybody. It's not just Nick Yak, because Nick Yak has been fabulous today, man. I appreciate him coming through rocking with me, man. He's been great today with all these questions and these statements. He's really been on fire today, man, in the chat. The problem is that, guys, is that it's just a reoccurring thing. And we got to get to the point to where you start saying, like, yo, okay, so where do we fix this at? Where do we fix this? Why do we start this way? And then they're coming out. Like, these are the questions, like, because it's a reoccurring thing. So how do we fix it? What do we need to do to where we can win Monday? Because I guarantee you, if we don't come out with the sense of urgency, I'll use what the captain said, it'll be another massacre like this, if not worse. Hey, David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. David Smith says, the way the Knicks are being coached and how the offensive defensive schemes are being run gives us basically zero chance of beating Boston, sadly. It's a great point, man. David Smith again said it's pretty obvious that the Knicks have to tighten up their defense against the three-point shot and take more three-pointers, as the Celtics are the best three-pointing shooting team in the NBA. Agreed. No ball movement, only 16 assists. Key to Knicks' success this year is that they have ball movement and at least 30 assists per game. Agreed. Well said, sir. That's when they were at their best. I think what was their record? I want to say they were 20-something. I think they were 20-something and 0 or something. I forget like that. I got the number wrong. When they got 30 assists or more, they won those games. Man, listen, man, you were right on everything, David Smith. I don't even know where to even begin to say that you're wrong, or I can't even, It gets to a point, guys, where a lot of times, right, you just kind of run out of answers. You kind of run out of answers because the reality is that you're seeing the same story. And so I'm just the type of person that when I see something continue to happen, I'm like, oh, I got to change this. Like, we got to change it in order to stop this from going forward. And so when you're watching these games and you're saying, okay, all right, let's see how this team looks, you know how they're going to play based on like the first quarter, like what they look like, and one thing I will agree with Cat on, Cat has said it. You can't continue to come out and not ready to go. It's the playoffs, man. And be down 20 every single time like that. Like that's not going to work. That's not sustainable. So you got to be ready to go, man, all the time, like all the time, especially when it comes to, just winning time. Like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't have to take, you being down like this or getting beat the way you got beat for you to be ready Monday. Like, that shouldn't happen, man. This Rover says, I'll give you one thing, man. We gotta shoot better than 20% from 3 to compete. Agreed, man. Agreed. This Rover, but we've looked bad offensively this whole series. So it's just I don't know, man. We just gotta do better, man. We just gotta do better, but we got Monday night to see. All right, again, listen, guys, it's midnight, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me. Once again, I apologize for coming on so late. But I will be back Monday, man. All right, to discuss the game against the Celtics. We're up 2-1 in the series. So hopefully we can go up 3-1 before we go back to Beantown. And hopefully we can close it out there. So we'll see what happens. All right, but listen, I'm LV Live. I appreciate everybody coming through my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through rocking with me and you're watching this on a replay, gang, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please leave comments, man, because I do respond to comments. All right, listen, tough loss to them boys, 115-93. The Knicks are still up 2-1 in the series. Play Boston Monday night, and I will have a live after that game, so please come through and check it out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people.